someone has shared the meeting ID to someone. Okay, so let me start with my agenda today. So I am recording this. So I don't know if someone knows can help me, that if I try to upload video from my laptop, that only 360 pixels video is getting uploaded. So if anyone can let me know that how to upload that SD format video, because for 5 p.m. batch I have tried 3 times, but this I will try to get answer from you guys at the end of the session. So let me explain what is my agenda for today. I will cover the if else statement and the switch case statements. ठीक. So I hope you guys are aware about the basic programming things. So I'll start from there. So let me do that. So what is if else statement? Suppose you want to check the you want to apply a condition that if your this condition, if your this requirement is getting passed, then only some lines of code or one line of code, how much line of code did not matter, but that line of code should be executed only when the condition gets passed. So for those we have two things, one is the if else and one is the switch case statement. So I will be starting from the if else statement. So if this is the syntax, here you will put the condition. If condition meets fine, then it will come inside the curly braces, right? Okay. So if the condition is not getting passed, then what will happen? Then it will come to the else part, right? So if the condition is not getting passed, then it will be coming to else part. So if the condition is passed, then it will not come to the else part. Second thing, we can apply multiple conditions in a single if statement. Like this is the AND operator, and AND operator says that these both conditions should pass, then it will only come to the curly braces. It will only come into the inside the if statement. If any one of this gets fail, then it will not come inside. Okay, so it will then move to else part. Okay, so for if there is AND operator, then both of these conditions should pass, right? So now third thing is we can use it by OR operator as well. If one of them is condition is true, then it will be coming to this inside the if condition, but any two of them, both of them if gets fail, then it will not come to the single statement may true, then it will come inside. Both statement are true, then it will come inside, but both are incorrect, then it will not come inside, it will went to the else part. Thank you. Now these are nested if else. So what nested if else statement says, that if first condition is passed, okay, I want to check one more, I don't want to use AND operator. There are certain conditions where you cannot use the AND operators, you have to manually check. Maybe you want to check integer and string, or both together, or there may be certain more conditions, so you want to check with those. You can use integer and string in a single if line if statement, but there may certain condition where you can't do it. So for that you need to use multiple if and else, or you can say it nested if else. So these are the basic syntaxes that we normally learn into the college. Okay, so that's why we are moving too fast, but we will practically see it. But first let me write some example for you. Like here, what does it mean? Actually in India there is a certain rule that if the girl is above 18 or equal to 18, or boy is above or equal to 18, then they can marry. But if the girl is less than 18 or boy is less than 20, then they can't marry. So there will be using OR operator. If any one condition gets fail, any one condition gets fail, then it's okay, but the girl is less than 80 but 18, but the boy is less than 21, right? So they cannot marry, both should pass. Yeah, because both should if I say that they cannot marry, if girl is less than 18, then they cannot marry, right? So according to Indian rule, they both should have a certain age to get married, right? I will see it by an example, and you guys will let me know whether they can marry or not. Int girl age is equal to 18. We are declaring integer variable because 18 number is the integer, that's why declaring integer. Boy age is equal to 21. So first I will check with applying AND operator. So for AND operator, both condition should pass. If girl age is greater than or equal to 18 and boy age is greater than equal to 21, they can marry, right? So else they can't marry. But keep remember that code execution always starts from main method. So this will be when I will have multiple methods, then this will you need. Okay, so girl age is greater than 18, right, or equal to 18. Yeah, it's equal to 18. So this condition gets passed. Now it will check whether this condition is passed also or not. So both should pass in the case of AND operator. So boy is either equal or should be greater than 21. So boy is age is 21, so this is equal to 21, so this condition also gets passed, right? So they can marry, so output will be they can marry. This should be simple for you guys. Yeah, but what if I say this the girl age is 17? So what will be the output? It will again come to the if else statement. Girl is either should be greater than or equal to 18, but neither is it greater than 18, not it is equal to 18, it is less than 17. So simply it will went to the else part and it will completing this statement, this code execution, right? It will coming here because both conditions should pass. If one of them gets fail, then it will not coming into this if condition, right? So this is AND operator, right? If I will run, it will simply replying me to that they cannot marry, right? I am just commenting it out and I will be showing it applying OR operator. Normally OR means OR. What OR means? Either this should pass or that should pass, right? So if one of them gets passed, then the code will be executed, right? So int if girl is, now I will be using less than operator. If girl age is less than 17, sorry 18, right, or boy age is less than 21, if any one of them is true, then it will come inside the if condition. So this is cross checking the age. If any one of age is less than the relevant age of the Indian constitution, like any one of either the girl or the boy is less than as per the need of the age, then they should not marry, they can't marry. Right guys, so this will be simply printing they cannot marry, right, because either this should pass or this should pass, this passed, right, this was failed because boys is not less than 21, boys equal to 20 21, right. So but this passed, that's why it came into the if condition. If anyone having any problem related to this if else, then please unmute yourself and ask your query. Everybody got understand? Okay, so I will check with Sudhir if he can answer me what will be the output if there is age is less, age over here is 21 and this is 20. So Sudhir, if Sudhir can answer what will be the output. Sudhir, please unmute yourself and you can reply.
If the age of the boy is less than 21 and age of the girl is less than 20.
Actually, I just want that what will be the output, if you can debug it and you can answer it.
Okay. So this will be they can't marry, second one, or
they cannot marry.
Yeah.
Okay, but why?
Because any one of the condition is false, that or condition will get failed.
So which condition is getting fail here?
Yes.
No, I just want to check which one of the condition is getting fail over here.
Here, this one, both boys age and girl age.
The girl is
boy age.
Yeah, boy age is less than 21.
It is less, right? It is less than actually condition is less than 18, but girl age is it is 21.
Yeah, but boy age is 20, so this is getting passed. So after completing this, you guys are able to understand how should we use AND operator and how should we use OR operator, right? So I will be uncommenting this part and this both codes will run fine. So you can, okay guys, so I hope you got understand the idea of the if else condition, but here you have to see two things, that you have to write a program if couple can marry or not, that I have told in the lecture. Write a program to find the largest among three numbers. So how will you do that? There will be three numbers A, B and C. You will assign the numeric value to them and you will be checking A is greater than B and B is greater than C. If this condition is passed, that means simply A is greater than to all. So in that case you will be applying to if else part. If anybody had any question related to this if else, please ask, feel free to ask, because we are going to use it daily basis on our for the lectures. So then please mute yourself. Yeah, everybody got understand. Okay, so next thing will be our second assignment. What is our second assignment? Is that program to check is number is positive or not. So you will be applying if number is greater than 0, then number is positive, and if the number is less than 0, then number is negative. But what about 0, that you have to decide. So there will be nested if condition will be used, right? So program to check number is even or odd. If there are two other operators that are majorly used, one is modulus operator, modulus, and one is dividend, division. So what modulus operator normally returns? It returns the remainder, and division operator returns the dividend, right? So if whatever the number is you have given, number modulus 2 is equal to 0, then number will be even, right? Then number will be even, else number will be the odd. So here you have to type in a statement that will print that number is odd inside the else part, right? So if number is, suppose you give the number value is 10, so 10 modulus 2, right, 5, yani means remainder will be 0. So if the remainder is 0, that means the that means the number is positive, right? So I hope you guys got the what if else statement is all about. So anyone has any query, then please ask, otherwise I will be moving further. Okay, so now I will be moving to switch case. Here please pay attention when I am talking about switch case. I said there are two conditional statements there. So one is the if else and second one is the switch. So why we use switch case? If we have the if else statement, suppose we have hundreds of conditions, so every line of the if else statement will be getting executed. Doesn't matter the condition gets pass or fail, the line of codes will be executed, and the execution will be slow. But what if we will use the switch case? It will directly jump to the case that we are trying to meet it. So if that case will meet, so that will run only that part of code, and the execution will be faster than compared to the if else statement. So suppose we want to print Monday to Friday day, and I will check with each and everyone. After I will explaining the rules of the switch case, I will be asking any one of them. I will taking the random names, and I will ask what will the output. So I can understand you guys are paying attention and can understand. So what will be the syntax? Just type switch, swit switch, and here you will be open small and close bracket, and here you will have conditions. So int day 4, so suppose day will leave the condition. Okay, so in that case, if case, these are the cases that we normally make. If case 1, suppose, so what it should print? Monday. Case 2, Tuesday. I will just take 3 cases. You guys can complete this program later on as per your assignment. case 3 Wednesday. I hope that you guys are parallelly coding with me. If not, then it is the problem. Suppose what will the output first? According to me, outputs will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, right? So let me check it. Oh sorry, just because there is no case 4, right? I will type 1 here. Sorry, I thought that this was case 1. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so how it, the flow of the execution of the switch case, let me explain it. It will be starting from your condition first. So condition was case 1, right? So it directly jumped into the case 1. It printed the Monday. Okay, after that it went to the case 2. It printed Tuesday. It printed Wednesday, and it again printed no day. So what if you don't want that? If case is not there, then your code should not execute. You need to put out a break over here. I put break. Now it will be outputting only Monday, right? So your case meets. That's why it, the condition terminated from here. What if I give 3 over here? So first it will directly jump to the 3 and there is no break. So first there was case 3, it will directly jump to the case 3, right? So it will print Wednesday, but there was no break, that's why it will print default. So there will, our answer should be Wednesday and no day, right? But what if I don't, I put break over here? So that's why it will directly, because the day value is 3, it will directly jump to the 3 and it will print Wednesday and it will find break. So the execution will be terminating from here, right? What if I will now ask that what if that day is 2? What day is 2? So it will directly jump to the day 2 first, right? So day 2 it will print Tuesday, but there is no break, so it will come in up to the case 3, it will print Wednesday, right? So answer should be Tuesday and Wednesday. Got it? But what if there is no condition, like I print 7 over here? So in that case, our default should be responsible for printing anything. Guys, I hope you got it what I was trying to explain. If anybody want to ask any query, please feel free, I will explain it again. I hope everybody got it, right? Everybody got. That means this batch is great. From the last batch I have many queries related to this, but I will explain it again and again. I will ask to random people to respond. First, it will check the integer value is 7, then it will start finding 7. It will not find 7, If it will not find 7, then default case will run. This is the first rule. What if over there is 3? So the first rule is it will try directly jump into the case. It will try that it will jump to the case that is number 3. So it will find case 3. So it will first execute case 3, then it will be looking if there is a break or not. So there is a break. So if there is break, the execution will be terminated from there. If there is no break, then default is going to run. What if is there 2? If 2 is there and there in 3 there is no break, so it first try to directly jump into the case. It will directly jump into the 2, right? It will directly jump into 2. It will print Tuesday, but it will not find any break, so execution will going on. It will next go to the case 3. It will print Wednesday, but again it will not find the break. It will again go to the default and will print no day, right? So if the break is not there, the execution moves on, but if break is there, the execution gets terminated. If right, so I hope everything is clear related to this. If you have listened me carefully, there is no doubt should be there, but if you want to ask anything related to switch case, you feel free, because you have these first basics classes. You need to clear out your doubts. Okay, if everybody had got it, everybody had understand that this was my agenda for today only. But I am very proud that this page is very good, but I want to check with Amrita what will be the output now. If Amrita can mute herself and reply me, what will be the output?
Sorry, I missed the question.
Amrita, what will be the output for this switch case?
So we don't have first starting 4, you have passed it. Switch.
So
Because we have 1, 2, 3 cases. We will and no day.
so what will be the output?
Wednesday and no day, because we don't have break statements.
Why you think that there will be Wednesday? If there is no such statement,
Sorry, it will be only no day.
yeah. If there is no,
Wednesday,
yeah,
it will not reach. It will reach directly today.
yeah. If there is no, because what actually happens, it will come to the this case 1 and match this case value. The case value will not match, then it will match with this 2. That case value not match, it will come to the 3, case value not match, and code never go back to match the value. Code, if the execution is in this line, this will not go back, this will go only further, right? So further it will find default. There is no such rule that it will go back to check, right? So this is the basic rule. I hope you guys got it. I will check with another. I will check with Bilal what will the output.
The output will be the Tuesday and Wednesday.
Right, Bilal. So it means you guys have got it, and this was my agenda for today. If any, I will I request you guys to one thing. I want to request, please don't ask any query in WhatsApp group. I have already shared the Google Classroom platform, and I have already code of the classroom, right? Apply that classroom code to the, go to the first, if possible, download the Classroom app. If not possible, then go to the classroom.google.com and just join that class. You will find all your assignments, all your codes, everything related to material related things you will find only in Google Classroom. Beyond this Google Classroom, I'm not going to share anything. You can download it, you can share it anyone you want, but don't feel that you will be getting assignment in WhatsApp group. Actually, we guys have memories in WhatsApp. Yeah, right. Our phone memory gets absorbed. That's why I'm asking you guys. Actually, if you post any pic, then it will be absorbing your mobile memory. Why are you doing that? Just use the cloud platform, right? So if anybody has any query, please feel free. And on next session I will be not explaining switch case and if else statement. If you guys will feel any doubt over there, this will be very major thing that we will not be able to work with the Selenium, because we will starting from very basic, and today is the day to ask about switch case and if else, not think about the Selenium right now. Just think about the if else and switch case system. If anyone asks any question related to these two things, you should be able to answer, else this will cause the problem while learning Selenium tutorial, right? I hope you got understand, and I will paste these assignments to your classroom. Just join the classroom and solve these programs. And this program normally ask for in the interviews as well, and many more. So I hope you got it. So thanks for attending today's session. If you have any query, just ask. Concept related thing can be answered in class only, not in groups. Okay, so
I have a query.
yeah,
Sir, what happens if there is no default case in the program?
if there is no default case, then that will nothing print. It will print nothing. Just remove it. Doesn't worry. Default case normally we put into our code. If there is no such case, then we should know that there was no case. That's why this was the response, right? At least you ask a query. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for attending today's session. Have a nice day. Tomorrow we'll see another topic. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.